Good morning, everybody. I am so excited to get uh, another teacher's table started. Sorry, I was listening to some music before we started. Really excited to have you guys here. If you're new to the channel, that's awesome. I love having you here, and welcome to Teacher's Table. This idea is a table is where we come together, right? Where we share ideas, where fellowship's made, right? And it's where we come together as a family. It's where we make memorable moments. We live together. We share together. And so Teacher's Table is just that. It's a space for us to come together, be together, enjoy our time together, and hopefully learn and take a little bit away from the day. Today is Tuesday, which for anybody that knows me, that means it's bow tie Tuesday. So at school I always wear bow ties, but I decided to start like a little bow tie Tuesday, try to get some kids to do it as well. And some of them do just that. It's awesome. I love seeing them wear bow ties. I don't know if they're going to do it here on our digital learning days, but oh well. So as always, if you guys could kind of drop a comment when you guys get in here, that would be awesome. Let's see, who do we have here? We got Carrie's back. Good morning, everyone. Hope you've had a chance to grab a breakfast. I got my coffee, which I learned a lot of you teacher tables are not coffee drinkers, so that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to be. Kyle made it. Thank you. Becky made it. That's awesome. Good to have you, Becky. I still want to have you on the Let's Play. Let's plan one of those. Maybe we could do it later this week. Jennifer made it. That's fantastic. Elizabeth made it back. Jason, loving it, making it international every day that you come. Carol made it. Ha! I love it, Matt. I did learn that if you wear a bow tie when you get called for jury duty, you're like something like 3 times less likely to be picked for the jury. So you got that going. Kyle's already 2 coffees down. I love it. Paolo, absolutely love seeing you here, Paolo. You are awesome. He has been on Well Played a couple times. Love that guy. Scott's here. Eric Bentley, first time here. I love it. I met Eric Bentley at Summer Spark, which is a conference we host at University School of Milwaukee. Sad it's not happening today, or this year, sorry, because of the whole situation, we'll say, right? All right. Let's see. Oh, Phil made it back. That's awesome. I was here, but for whatever reason, there was no chat box. Glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Glad it's all working out. That's awesome. All right. So for those of you that are new, welcome. Every day we set a little challenge for ourselves, and today we have a big challenge. This is the biggest one we've done, is to try to get to 20 before the end of the video. So we got a lot going. And as always, if you're here after the video, obviously you can still push that like button. That always helps get more people into it. And, share this out, invite others. It is a great space built for teachers, built for you guys, and it's a positive space. My channel's all about finding joy in the journey, both in the classroom and out of the classroom, so I hope you come and enjoy and invite your friends. And then also would love it if you guys really want to interact. One of the great ways to do that, if you want to drop an image. So today we're talking about some tech, like sort of, I don't even want to call them tech. I want to call them teacher tools. Maybe Teacher Tool Tuesdays. These are things we use in the classroom, things we like, things that helped us out in a way. They could be big things. They could be things you've centered a whole project around, or they could be just something you did on a one-off lesson, but it really worked well and you liked it. So that's the idea behind today. And if you want to share that, use the sort of hashtags right here on Twitter, and I can kind of bring that into the feed. So that's awesome if you guys could do that. We got some more people showing up here. I don't want to miss anyone. Colin, awesome to have you. Sorry you missed yesterday. We had some tech issues. Angie made it back. That's awesome. Yvonne made it. That's awesome. Good to have you. First cup of coffee. I know. I'm bummed about Spark as well, Jennifer. All right. So, another Jennifer made it here from Texas. fabulous. I love seeing you guys. That repeat is so nice. That's building that community. Nick Davis made it. Happy Tuesday. Right back at you, Nick. Right back at you. All right, so for the sort of tech tip, we got another new one. Hey, welcome, Debbie, to Teacher's Table. Pull up a chair, grab yourself that morning coffee, tea, Diet Coke, glass of water, orange juice, whatever it is, but get your day started right here at Teacher's Table. We love having you in here, even if it's for a minute. All right, so Don made it in. Fabulous, Don. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We're getting close to that Teacher's Table goal of 20. Okay, so I got to stop rambling. I mean, I just get so excited the connections that you guys make here and the people that show up. They're people that I know in real life, and some I don't know in real life, and it's just been fun getting to know you guys. Don, I don't know if you checked out the Chow Down Challenge number 2. I featured you at the end of the video, you and your delicious paella. So check out Chow Down episode 2. Chow Down episode 3 features my daughter. You can find those on this YouTube channel. Great little things. Great little tasty treats, if you will. All right, so let's talk about this tool. So I use all sorts of tools in my classroom, right? And like I said, some are digital, some aren't. And I thought I would highlight one that I have started using. And in fact, I didn't know about it at all, which is crazy because what I'm going to share with you is from Google, which I feel like all teachers know all things Google because we just love on Google. And rightfully so. Amazing product, amazing, company in terms of what it does. So the tool I'm going to share is from Google. Curious what tools you guys use. If you want to sort of drop those, like I said, either in the chat so we can kind of talk about those tools, hear how you use it, that would be great. Jennifer's got a question. What's Spark? Summer Spark is just a great, I always call it a boutique conference. I get made fun of by Chuck Taft, who's a great man. But I think of it as a boutique conference because it's like Teacher's Table, right? It's people coming together. It's not ISTE. It's not, here are 25,000 people. It is, here's 250 people who are the go-getters, who are the people that just want to make a change in their classroom and in their schools and their districts and, even larger than that, right? In the world. And with it only being 250 some people, you get to really interact with the speakers, right? It's not one of these things where whoa, they're way up on that stage, they give their speech and then they're off. They're there for the day. They eat lunch with you. They eat breakfast with you. Really highly interactable. Have made many connections there. I absolutely love the conference. So Jennifer, when it comes back, make sure you attend USM Spark. All right, so let's see. Man, so many comments. Loving it. We're at 13 for today's like goal. Would love it if we could get that to that 20. That's the biggest one we've ever picked. I don't know. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if I can find some of you answering my questions about what tools you use. Lots of conversations on here. I love it, right? What a great way to start your day. We have... Looks like Elizabeth says she uses Nearpod for her lessons. I gotta tell you, I started using Nearpod more and more. It was something I dabbled in a little bit in the classroom, but didn't really use that all that often in the classroom. But now it is just, it's on, right? Let's see. Looks like Kyle talked about using Doctor Who themed game that you could incorporate into history. Gets in some futuristic ideas. I want to find, where's Kyle's comment? Here you go. So Kyle wants to sort of bring in this into his classroom. That would be awesome. We're having a gamification chat in a few days here. Scott, we'd love to have you. All right, Carrie, here we go. Somebody answering my question about a tool they use. She says she uses Google Sites for my distance learning project. I love Google Sites. I sort of discovered that one last year and really changed like my whole course design and layout. I think that'll probably be another, uh, Tuesday teacher tool sort of share out that I do. Um, so I'm going to tell you the one I use. So the one that I discovered that I used this year that I hadn't ever really used before is, let me hop over here. Before I hop over there, it's called Jamboard. Now, some of you probably have heard of Jamboard. Maybe I am sort of behind on the times on this one, but it is epic. So I am like a guy that loves the look and feel of something. I think it's really important to make something just look clean, look nice. And while Google Docs is amazing that you get multiple kids editing the same document, it is still kind of that clunky Word document sort of thing. Like you can insert pictures, but you can never get them where you want. It's not as nice and clean as a page layout where you can really like move graphics around. And that's like how my brain works, and that's what I want. Like I want that sort of free flow, and Google Jamboard allows you to do that. And here's sort of an example of Jamboard where I use this in my classroom. And what I did is before the activity started, so this was used during distance learning, I had kids broken up into 4 different groups, and I had them named by color. So you can see in this little post-it note I put in the corner here that it's the green group, right? And then what I did was we use Google Meets in our class. And with Google Meets, what I did was I had the meet for the class, right? So I had all 25 kids in the meet, and that was great, and that was awesome. But then on my website, walking through today's lesson, I had another meet that I had created for every color group. And so I told each color group, you're going to mute your mic in this, and you're going to then like go use the color group meet. And what it allowed them to do is have more of that free flow conversation that you have in the classroom. Like it was like they were at their sort of working group table, and they didn't have to have their mic muted. They could just kind of free flow talk with each other. And they had about 20 minutes to sort of build out this board, and this board was sort of reviewing what we had sort of learned in that unit. And you can see kids did all sorts of different setups. They're beautiful. They're easy to sort of move around, right? Not hard. You got lots of different options in Jamboard, which I would love to sort of share some of those with you guys. But you can just see these are just so nicely laid out. And you're able to do so much. Like you can draw, you can import pictures, you can have these little sticky notes. You can fuse those kind of too. So these guys like drew their own arrows off things that connected to that sort of feudal graphic in the center. It was epic, and it was so fun to sort of set that lesson up where kids could sort of work together in their table groups, and then could work but still hear me in the big group. So when I was sort of wanted them to be done, I could unmute myself in the big group and sort of say, guys, you got like 1 minute left, and then you got to wrap up and come here. And then they all popped back over here. And then what we did was everybody saw the Jamboards because I just made this public so that anybody could edit it. Then we just sort of walked through the Jamboard together and had sort of like a group representative share out what they did and why they put it there. It was epic, and I absolutely loved it. One of the other cool tools that make this work in distance learning so nice is if we were to look at the tools on the side here, these are some of the options you have. Up top, you have some more options here. So like background, you can make it this sort of lined paper, you can make it graph paper, you can make it dark, whatever, you can make it just white. But these tools on the side, you got like the marker, you got the eraser, you got the move tool, you got the little sticky notes that you can also make it where it's clear so there's no background. That's how these people have some text box on these. You can import an image, but this right here is what made the distance learning really sing and work beautifully, people. And that is the laser pointer. So kids could talk to each other. Oh man, whoever just pushed it, we're at 19 for our goal today of 20 likes. That's crazy. We're one away. I'm super excited. Back to the point, guys. This laser pointer, it works so well because now imagine we were trying to design this together and I was like, hey guys, I don't like what we put here. I think we should move it down here instead. Notice I didn't actually draw on the board, but you would be able to see that on your end. You'd be able to see my laser pointer. So while we're talking in a Google Meet and I could say, this doesn't work for me, I think we should put it over here and we should take this guy and I think we should move him where that map is instead and just get rid of the map. Like, we all know what Europe is, right? So, like, so awesome for kids to be able to interact that way and really plan that way and work well together that way. It was awesome for them to sort of be able to do that. So I absolutely love Jamboard. Like I said, I'm probably way late on this whole thing, but I hope you guys check it out. It's free. You can make a million of them. It's super awesome. The one downside, the one caveat I would have to say is you're only allowed to have 20 slides in a Jamboard. So if you wanted to do something where like every student was working on a page in the Jamboard, it doesn't work unless you're at a smaller school. But even I don't have that small of class sizes, and I'm at a pretty nice small class size. Let's see what else we got here. So I've been jabbing. Let's see what you guys got. Let's check in with Teacher's Table, see if anybody tweeted anything there. All right, so Kyle's been using Google Forms. Debbie's been using Google Sites for Breakout. That's awesome. Don uses Edpuzzle. I love Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle's fantastic. It really lets you walk through a lesson. Elizabeth's been using Pear Deck and put in voice narration in it. Love that idea. Really, because that actually builds that connection, right? That's fantastic. Man, so many great tools. We'll have to sort of dig into some of these tools and how we sort of spin and use them. We got another Edpuzzle user with Phil, Carol, Seesaw. I love Seesaw. I don't use it, but my daughter's class uses it, and it's so nice to sort of see. Kyle here. I have these old, awesome worksheets that were fun to do together in groups that I've been digitizing and making them interactive on Google Slides. That's super cool. I'd love you to share that out. Again, if you feel like you could share that out so that we get an idea, you can tweet us a link or you could put that in the sort of comments down below. Jamboard is fantastic. I love it. Paolo, what do we got going on, Paolo? Creating a QR break-in version of final activity for the gamified year with links to Flipgrid, Nearpod, and a final challenge is to choose your own adventure with Google Forms. Ooh, that sounds exciting. So Thomas, all the way from Germany again, using MS Teams and Classcraft mostly. Flipgrid and Pear Deck for Jennifer. I sort of am going to call it. I like Nearpod better than Pear Deck. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put that out there. Scott apparently already knows about Jamboard. That's awesome. You're way ahead of me. Way ahead of me. Why didn't you tell me about that earlier? Again, if you're new to the site, guys, drop an introduction into the chat. All the people here are just wonderful people who want to know about you and where you're from. So please share that. And we're, again, still only one away from today's like goal. Let's see if we can hit it. All right, let's see. Angie writes. Let's see if I can make that a little. There we go. Let's do that. Angie writes about Google Slides for everything. I love Google Slides. Google Slides is so helpful, so awesome to use. Big time lover of that one. Phil, you and we just discovered this one together. I love it. That's awesome. Let's see. Ooh, Don, who is sort of a tech integration sort of specialist slash czar. I don't know what you want to go with, Don. He's a great guy, but he's pointing out here that we got to make sure the Jamboard's turned on for your students. It happened to be turned on for my students, so I didn't have to put in a tech request or anything. I discovered it and started poking around and using it, and it was awesome. Let's see here. Debbie also like using Google Forms with YouTube videos. I love Jamboard and have been using it every day with students, and we use it for teacher appreciation, for circle up check-ins, for brainstorming. Wow, you are like all in on Jamboard. Debbie, like why did I not know about you and Jamboard earlier? Let's see. Carol says she's going to use Jamboard. That's awesome. Go use it. Like I said, it made my day. My students were like, that's super awesome. Don, the multiple meets work nice, and the student feedback is off the charts on the multiple meets. They say that they really do. That's the closest they've felt to being in the classroom, and that's what we want to try to do here, right? Is put them in that feeling, that sensation of being in the classroom. Man, like we're at 24 people here, and we're just struggling to get to that 20th like. What do I got to do? Do I have to drink? Do I have to chug this coffee? Is that what it's going to take? I'm going to do it. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. Mr. Panda coming in late. Maybe you can give us that 20th like for that chug that I just did. Great Avenue. Can you share again where you're from? I can't remember. I know it's not close. Oh, I would really love for Jason to sort of finish that comment. That's awesome. Uh, Jennifer, that's awesome that you guys are connecting and you're thinking about using Jamboard. Like I said, I have loved it. Oh, there's the ending. Flexible group tool. It was so fun, and like I said, my students really liked it. Boom! We hit our 20. That's fantastic. We did it. That was our highest goal set yet. I think it's going to be hard to move off from there. That's going to be tough to break 20. Yeah, Elizabeth, in there. I love it. Padlet is another tool that I think we can explore different ways to sort of use it because they offer so many different styles of boards. So that's probably another one that we should probably dive in and really talk about and use. Nice. These are great, man. Mr. Panda. Boom. Colin, like it really is awesome for student collaboration. It really gets those people working together. And like I said, especially if you can do the multiple meets, I'm sure Zoom can do that as well. Uh, Glogster, I haven't used that in so long. That's an awesome one. I should totally be pulling that one back. Thank you for sharing that one again. Don. It's the bomb diggity. What? This is just a great community. You guys are sharing so many ideas, so many things. What a great way to start a day. And thank you so much for sort of pulling up a chair here to teacher's table. Elizabeth sort of agrees with my call out there that the activities in Nearpod, I just think they're sort of better. The one activity that I wish they would have that Pear Deck has is that one where you can kind of drag a dot somewhere. Like as a history teacher, that'd be really nice if I could kind of put up a map and say like, where do you think this is, and see how close. That's the only one that Pear Deck has over it. Uh-oh. Ooh, Jason, I don't know if by putting your comment up here, I don't know if I'm getting you started, but that's a sad day. Flipgrid is a great tool, especially during these times. So I hope your admin sort of changes that idea. Jennifer loving Screencastify. I've used Screencastify a little, but I sort of fell in love with a different product for screen recording, and I don't know. I've just been using that other product. Let's see. Oh, Jennifer, check out Nearpod again. That should be something we do on here on a Tuesday. Phil, I've been using Loom as my video creation tool. I find it really easy to record a plethora of videos. That's the tool I've been using, Loom. And for anybody that hasn't used Loom, one of like the features that are really nice. There's so many nice features about Loom, but you can embed your video really easy in an email. In fact, that was its sort of original inception, was the idea for video responses to emails. And that's what I do sometimes with parents. So I send a video instead. And again, it just changes that tone. We can talk about that later, but there's lots of different features. So that's another one we can kind of explore. Becky here shares a pretty awesome idea. I built a Teacher Appreciation Week virtual mailbox system using Flipgrid. Made a grid topic for each teacher, copied the guest link for each, added it to a PDF so parents could send. Oh, Becky, like I wish you worked at my school. That sounds awesome. And so nice that you took the time to sort of build all that out. I'm sure it wasn't easy to like add the 30, 40 some teachers you might have in your building and make that PDF, but you took the time so that others could kind of streamline their gratitude, and that's awesome. Uh, that's cool that you can add audio to Google Slides. I love that addition. That's fantastic. Let's see, Paulo wants to share a little bit about Nearpod. I love how Nearpod lets you include Flipgrid directly into the slides so that kids don't have to remember any specific links. That is nice. I did that in one of my lessons too. Don weighing in, he prefers Czar. So I will make sure to use that in the future, Don. He's such a great guy. If you don't follow Don, make sure you do follow him on Twitter. Let's see. Elizabeth likes Google Drawing for posters. My kids get so creative with pictures and videos. That's awesome. I love it. Paolo, I've not yet tried Flipgrid and Nearpod yet. It is Phil. You really, this is something we want to like add to your workflow here. It's pretty fantastic. Debbie, you jam on, just like rock it. Like have a awesome day with that. I know your creative juices. When I like first got into Jamboard and was starting to play, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. This is so nice. This is so clean. It changed everything for me. So like for me, my mind couldn't stop thinking through ideas. So hopefully you are the same way. Nick here sharing something. When students get a correct answer, they get to choose a spot on the grid where they think a ship will be. If they get it wrong, they don't get to guess. Oh, that's kind of a cool little like use there. I'm sure that's in response to somebody there, but nice. Let's see. There we go, Mr. Panda. I knew you were from somewhere from Southeast Asia. I didn't want to like call it out. We met, I think, during Hive Summit. The first year was sort of I think where we connected. So great to have you on the channel. That's awesome that we have somebody from Vietnam, Germany, Canada, the United States, all over. I love it. Uh, you're originally from Venezuela. That's awesome. Patrick Amel, the chug did it. That's what got it. Awesome. Chugging coffee, not easy. It was somewhat lukewarm, but still, coffee's not coffee's not a chugger. So that was harder than you think. Let's see. Eric Bentley loves using Goose Chase. This is something that, well, Eric, we really should talk about that on a Well Played. Let's get you on there and do a Goose Chase sort of podcast where we talk through some of its features, how you set it up, where you used it, how you used it. I would love to do that. So drop me a DM in Twitter, and I can follow up on getting you all set up for that. Wakelet is fantastic. Allows so many boards. Yeah, I use it actually to catalog the XPLAP chat, so you can go back and see any XPLAP chat. I think almost like since its beginning. I think there's like maybe almost all the way back. All right, Mr. Banner definitely telling us we got to play around with Discord. The possibilities are endless. I have to admit, I started a Discord, like I have an account, but I haven't really dove in. So you're right that I need to sort of work on diving in on that. All right, guys, I gotta tell you, we are at that time. I so appreciate starting the day with you guys like this on Teacher's Table. It has been fun. It is an honor to sort of host this every day. Tomorrow, our like goal is going to be 25. I don't know if we're going to be able to push that. That's pretty crazy. So again, if you could help me out and invite some of your friends to the Teacher's Table, because it's a great space. It's a great place to start your day. I love seeing you every morning, and thank you again for making this a regular stop. I'll see you guys tomorrow.